Yo, what is up, everybody? It is I, RageCage20, here today. We have Kreuzfeuer, because I cannot pronounce the name in German, which, incidentally, most of the song is in German. I was looking at the lyrics, and it looks like, at least, that it switches. I don't know if it's every single line, but it looks like it switches back and forth between German and Latin, which sounds really fucking cool. It's going to be very interesting to see how they pull it off. We are here back in the best of the blessed album from Powerwolf. You know how it goes. We got two pieces here with Powerwolf, interrupted by some Hello, Jonathan Young Adele cover. This song, Kreuzfeuer, is 5th on Preachers of the Night 2013 album, and it is 10th in the best of the blessed album. I ain't got much more to say about it. I'm excited to get into it, even though I won't understand just about everything that's said, even though I looked up the lyrics, which they all just seem to be kind of just religious references and whatnot ish. I still won't understand a single word. I won't remember any of it, but hey, should be fun either way. Should be awesome. It is in their one of their best of albums and stuff. It should be pretty fucking awesome, right? Of course. So let's bring it on down here. Let's not waste any more time. Kreuzfeuer by Powerwolf. Let's go. Yeah, it's not the button that starts the fucking that's what stops the recording. Anyways.
Kreuzfeuer, Kreuzfeuer,
strong. All right. Okay. Okay. It was like, I would say, compared to some of their other songs, I'd say it was maybe like had some more simplicity to it. Um, you know, I'd say it had maybe a little bit more simplicity to it, but at the same time, it still had that classic Powerwolf catchiness to it, as well as those just the strong power rhythms in there. Um, so yeah, there was also some thematic stuff there, especially at the beginning. That came back later, but also some like I want to say like warlike elements to it. Kind of some kind of like battlefield instrumentation stuff that we'll get to. But a little bit of theming in there as well, which I mean, Crossfire would make sense for kind of war battlefield. However, you never want to be caught in a crossfire. That's not good. Like if it's crossfire of your own people, like then y'all gotta get your ranks and tactics down a little bit better. So I assume maybe crossfire the enemy, but I mean that's pretty much every battlefield. But I guess that makes sense. Yeah, fascinating. Again, a little bit more simplistic, but still not by any means any less catchy or just like awesome. Very fascinating. Very, very fascinating here. Even in the middle, during like the solo section, there was a nice little interlude of instruments, but nothing really took off. Nothing really happened. It all kept kind of simple and calm and chill, which is not what I would say I've come to expect from Powerwolf by any means. Usually it's just any chance they get to have some kind of crazy, belting, operatic, powerful solo come out from Attila, they go for it. Or just some kind of face shredding, insane solo, they just shove that in there. So just to have this one a little bit more of reserve, just kind of like, we're just going to, have this nice, calm little interlude here, maybe a little breakdown. Okay, now we're back into the chorus. Yeah, it's just very calm and chill in that manner, which is interesting, different, definitely different, not what I would expect. So hey, I'll take that. You know what I mean? I'll take a little shake up. Who doesn't like a shake up from there, here and there? You know what I'm saying? Very interesting. So right out the gate, I obviously noticed that organ. They've used it before, and every time it don't get old, man. There's like their piano keyboard work is on point. That very interesting individual who plays the piano. What was the stage name? Some about fucking Mary or something like that. Wasn't that his? I don't remember. Because you had the two guitarists who are the like the Werewolf brothers, like something in their stage name had something to do with wolf or something like that. Grey Wolf, wasn't it? Something like that. But his was something about fucking Mary. Anyways, very interesting individual. His O faces are very humorous. However, his keyboard game is on fucking point, man. His skills are definitely awesome, and every time he pushes that organ setting and just goes to town, sounds good every fucking time. Like it also sets the tone right out the gate for the band. You know what I mean? So that was really cool the way that started off. The drums throughout here, I don't know if they changed a whole lot, but like I did mark it down 2 times, or maybe 3 times actually. Yeah, one for that theming in the middle, but the other, I think, like we went to this like drum and chant kind of. It was sounded like kind of like, I don't know if I'd say medieval style drumming, but just kind of again maybe like war drums or something like that. I'll have to listen to it again to solidify that. But yeah, plus the chant for the choruses or for the verses was really fucking cool. I loved that. Very, very gothic-esque and kind of like like old school Gregorian kind of medieval religious writing style. However, it was way more complicated than I think Gregorian chant usually ever got. So it was like a modern version in a sense, which was really cool. There's some really cool violin touches that reminded me of Final Fantasy VII. We'll get there when we get there. Yeah, it was. There's some cool explosive chants during the middle section where he kept repeating Crossfire with an outro to it. Very cool. Yeah, just awesome stuff happening throughout here. I'm really excited to check it out again. Let's see if we can maybe find some more gems. I was really trying to listen and like find something because again it felt a little simple compared to what I'm used to from Powerwolf. So I was like, there's got to be something in here I'm missing. And I was literally listening for it, and I wasn't hearing a whole lot. But what I was hearing, the theming of everything that was going on was really fucking cool, and I liked that. So let's bring it back on down here. Let's get it from the beginning here. Let's see if we can find any more gems and kind of highlight the stuff that we just talked about. So that piano, that organ sound. That's fucking cool. That's fucking awesome. Kreuzfeuer. So, right after that short keyboard intro there, we just kick into the song abruptly until it just brings us in. And I like the difference between the first Crossfire and the second Crossfire. I'm just going to pronounce it in English here because no reason to embarrass myself again. But even though he just pronounced it, I still don't think I can do it. It does sound like he's saying Crossfire, but you can hear a little bit of the cross in there. You know, again, I can't do it. German has always escaped me. Even though I loved Rammstein, some people say Rammstein. I like Stein better. Even though I did love Rammstein, so, I mean, I still enjoy the music, but a lot when I was in high school and whatnot. Still could not get a grasp on the German language. It's always escaped me. I do pretty decent Spanish and Russian. German, no. Absolutely not. It's not my forte. And I'm decent in Latin too, but that also has roots in Spanish and whatnot, so that makes sense. Yeah. But I like the different way he says it. The first time and the other one. I think the first one he got a little more guttural with it at the start there, but I want to hear that again. I want to hear how he introduces himself in there. Kreuzfeuer. Yeah, don. He like really digs into the grittiness of that. I love that. And goes down and then up, and then the other one I think he goes up and then down. Great contrast between those two. The way he's saying the line for each beginning of the phrase, each stanza here, very fucking cool. But yeah, let's just hold on. Did all sound cut off and then he came in? Is that what I heard there? Yeah, dude. So catchy. I love that contrast between how he started that and got low and guttural and then jumps up on that note and just kind of like belts it out on the second time through. Really fucking cool. And just the rhythm of just the first off, the riff here, just really goes well with the song. And kind of really matches the vocal rhythm that's going through there after the introduction of Crossfire, the Brine der Nacht, whatever. Like the rhythm of the vocals matches really well with the rhythm of the riff. It's all sounding good. So let's go here one more time, and then we'll keep going. Again, going off of the same thing with the vocal rhythm and the rhythm of the riffs, the riff of all the instruments together in general. You can hear. I like how he at that last line there of this opening section before it repeats. That is, I just saw it repeats. Um, it's just very separated, very punchy. Da 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 da, and which is again being mirrored by the instrumental riffs. It's just oh, it just they match so perfectly, which again brings the catchiness to an all-time high. And I like they can hear the an organ melody just kind of hanging over everything as well as a nice little touch there. It's kind of hard to hear. It's kind of on the top of the ears and whatnot, but like when you do hear it and you hear it kind of melding with everything, that's really cool. Such a good headbanger. Yeah, it sounds very primal. Those drums sound very primal. It's like I could easily see it being some kind of like war drum rhythm, but also just kind of sounds like tribal in a sense, which is really fucking cool. And when we get this deep chant coming in here, I want to say it was a little guttural itself, but I'm not 100% positive. I gotta hear it again. But yeah, bringing it down after that nice intro to that very rhythmic primal drumming, and then we get like chanting through the verse. It's just so cool. Yes, it's low, rumbly, guttural. Like, yeah, that's a good tone there. This is some really cool chanting. It's like it's giving me almost that Mongolian throat singing kind of chant sound. Like it just has that rumbly gutturalness to it. It's so fucking cool. And the fact, before it gets started here, I don't want to interrupt it again in the middle. And the fact that every single line, first line Latin, second German. Yep, that's all Latin, German, Latin, German, Latin, German. It's switching languages. Each stanza, each phrase switches languages, yet it still flows perfectly. That's really creative. I don't know if I've really seen that. I've seen maybe heard a handful of songs that will occasionally switch to like Spanish and then back to English and whatnot, like here and there. There was one song that was Spanish and then switched to French and then went back to Spanish, but that was only for like a line or two that I've heard before. But never is a song that I've heard personally that literally every single line switches back and forth between two languages. Like every single line. That's really fucking cool. That's a really fucking cool verse there. I can at least hear, I think, at least three voices. Obviously, you have the main one there, and I think there's one kind of like right under that that's even more rumbly and just kind of not really working on tonality. It's just there to create the rumble sound. And then I feel like I hear a soft voice in my left ear kind of echoing the sound as well. There's at least 3+ voices in this chant harmony here. It could all be Attila. It could be some other members of the band in there as well. Either way, there's at least 3, if not more, voices in here creating this just rumble of a sound. It's so fucking cool. I think I'm hearing a fourth one in there now. And there's that violin. I think it's a violin. It could easily be a keyboard with a specific either maybe flute or violin setting to it, or it could be a flute or violin. Because now I'm thinking, I mean, that could be a flute. I don't know if that would be a standard C flute, but it could be some kind of flute in there as well. I do not know, because I'm very confident I heard a flute later. We'll get to that. But this reminds me of It reminds me in the One Winged Angel from Final Fantasy VII, that point, or at least the Advent Children version, that point where we get to the end was the da 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 dun 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 dun, which I think is also in Latin. So that kind of is really cool. That connection there. But the part where the flute's dun 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 dun, kind of hitting like in between everything. I'm getting a little bit of that vibe from this, either violin, flute, keyboard, wherever the fuck is going in here. There's little, I think it's offbeat hits that are coming in there to add that extra high end, higher tone hits in there to kind of break up all this low rumbly deepness from the drums and the very guttural low singing in here. It's a nice little break in everything that's happening there, and it has this really cool rhythm to it. I understand that that's the most played. Why are we having this issue here? Okay, whatever. I do hear there's organ chords in there every now and then as well. No, those are on the beat. That's a really cool, again, they have some great use of dropping out the instruments and just having the voice just belt something out or introduce something. So it's a really cool end to that verse, pushing into the chorus here. It's like really cool. It looks like there's like a bridge connected to the chorus here with the the part that ends in got. Saigot, whatever, Eri, Ihre, Saigot, whatever it is. I'm sure there's people that just enjoy, as well as some others that hate me butchering the language. But hey, I'm sorry. I'm having a hard enough time learning Spanish. German's a foreign concept to me. Anyways. Yeah, very cool interruption there. Next thing we have up here is around 2:15. I want to see if I hear anything special happen here in the verse slash bridge, or the chorus slash bridge to the chorus here. Eres I got, I think, is pretty close. Anyway. What I love about this, it's very similar to obviously the introduction, but I feel like there's some more voices and some more overall just sound kind of added to it. Instruments are playing louder, there's different effects and stuff like that coming in here. But I love that you can hear like this like chorus of voices in there. Yeah, I can at least pick out like 3 or 4 different voices that's playing along with Attila's voice, which is just a really cool sound that they got going on here with all the different instrumentation stuff going on. It's really, really cool. So on this one, we get more of that electric guitar coming in here. Those hits from the, again, violin, keyboard, flute sound, whatever the fuck it is starting right out the gate here, giving us that higher tone right out the gate. We need to bring it back down to just the drums and the voices. Everything's kind of kicking off for the second verse. It's a good switch. It's a good contrast to the first verse there. I like that because you're doing this kind of the exact same thing with the war drums, the tribal drums, and the chanting. So to switch it up, to change it up a little bit, was bring that electric guitar right in there. Was bring that high end woodwind string sound right out the gate. Like, good choices here. I absolutely loving these choices. Just has this nice chunky, just punchy rhythmic strumming to the guitar. It has this like nice layer to this rhythmic chanting. So I remember we checked out lyrics like that before. Lupus, which I think has something to do with wolf, right? Saint Wolf Lord. Hey, yeah. Okay, good lyrics. I like it. I don't know what that's reference to the Saint Wolf Lord, but it's epic. Again, just the way Attila can just belt out certain sections and just sound so intense and heroic and just almost operatic is just so awesome. It's just, it never gets old, man. It never gets, no matter how many times he does it, song to song to song. It's just, it feels fucking awesome every fucking time. So yeah, this is the part I was talking about with those this kind of shouts, this calls whenever he starts with Crossfire, like yells it out with them at the start and then kind of falls off and whatnot. And the drums again just have this good, deep, very rhythmic, precise just sound to it. It just has this great head banging feel to it. Really good stuff right here. Let's back it up a little bit. Get the start of those calls, those shouts, those echoes. It also creates this nice driving rhythm. I also like the cymbal crashes that are coming into both ears here, just kind of echoing back and forth. So yeah, here I love the dun 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 dun. I think I was hearing there from the rhythm. I like the rhythm switch up, and just the notes and melody of it all. Just is very. It's kind of, again, it's a lot higher, a little bit lighter than kind of the heaviness that a lot of this song has had. So it's just kind of this nice chimey softness to it. It just has this beautiful melody to it. But again, it's not like, it's no crazy shredding solo. It's not some insane operatic belting or anything coming out here. It just kind of seems mellow and chill, just kind of like a nice little musical interlude that then goes into this very cool flute trill into this like march snare drum, which again is really giving me that battlefield, like that old school battlefield. We're talking like Revolutionary War times, you know, like the Americans versus the Brits and stuff like that, you know, like back when they had instruments on the battlefield like snares and flutes and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Like, it brought me back to that moment there. That's exactly what it sounds like to me. So let's go back a little bit, let's let it play out. That flute trill right there. Beautiful. I think it's a flute. That's flute. Yeah. Right there, it breaks into that war sound, man. And then when you have that fucking that war marching snare just playing away, you get the organ coming back in, and that like soft voice start off there from Attila to bring back in the chorus for the last time. That is creative. That is a smooth transition as well. It's really cool. It's a cool way to bring it back down and get quiet. Man, that packs a punch there. Not only does his voice, which, you know, they lure you into this false sense, bringing it down quiet, getting it soft, then instantly punches his voice back in super loud, super open, super round, just tons of volume. But at the same time, you have crashes coming in from the drums, big, I think, huge bass notes coming in. Like, it jolted me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, oh, holy shit. I don't, it didn't catch me off guard last time, but this time it did. I didn't expect it to come punching so hard, and I don't know why. Alright, I want to get that punched again. That one just punched me, and I want to get punched again. And guitar parts, yeah. That's a cool breakdown, bridged back into the chorus for the last time. That's so fucking cool. It's creative. It's very clever. I like this. Sorry to cut off before it ends there. We can go back and listen to that. So it repeats, obviously the whole, like, it repeats it kind of 3 different ways-ish. Like, you know, obviously you go through the chorus, very soft and quiet and whatnot, ending the last line with big punches that cuts all sound off and pushes into the chorus for the last time. But then instead of repeating the whole chorus, they just repeat the last line, get it more, I want to say it was more, I don't know if it was more emphasized or whatnot, but then like the da kind of way it ended there was also really fucking cool. Yeah, the first half was da da da, like really punched, crash cymbal going crazy, just every single line punched, and then just most of the everything fell out except for like the vocals and the organ, I think, and then it gets all music, melodic and shit. Da da da, and then saving the consonants to the end, holding that holding the vowel, and then I can't make it roll the way he does it, but it's just like the way he just gets that hard consonant sound that is very what's the word, consistent with the German language, which I didn't watch it, but there was just the thumbnail alone. I was like, I think it was like a German woman reacting to how people react to the German language, and something like caption was something like, "Does it really sound that aggressive to you guys?" It's just everything about the German language is just very punched, very aggressive, very forward. Even the syllables are very harsh, so it just has this soft held vowel and then just that harsh ending to the syllable at the end after that beautiful melody line. It's just very interesting. A very heavy bite at the end, at the end of that word. That was very cool. That was very interesting. It was very, I would say, different than what I've heard from Powerwolf before. Not because it was completely in German with some Latin in there as well, but just the way the song went about, the way it was written, the way the from the breakdown to the solo to the theming and everything. Well, obviously there's been a heavy religious church theme and stuff. That was still the same, but like some of the other theming in there was just like completely switched up from what I'm used to hearing from them, which is really cool. It was like a really awesome palate cleanser to the album. Like it was just like, it sounded good, so it had that catchiness to it, but it was different. It gave us that wash of different, which is really fucking cool. So after we're done with some Hello by Adele, Jonathan Young's cover of Adele, which I don't know how good that's going to be. I only wrote down that one, but I have it right here. I cannot pronounce it, and this might piss some people off. We're back with Powerwolf. We have Armada. I've been saying Segoy for fun, but it's obviously Strigoi. Is that how you pronounce it? Strigoi? Strigoi? I don't know. I don't know how you pronounce it, but I've been saying Segoy for fun. Anyways, we got that one next, the official lyric video. It looks very interesting. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. So make sure you come back and check that out. Thank you all very much for watching. Powerwolf, thank you for the music. It's always a good time. Absolutely enjoy it, and I will see you all next time.